Come on along, join the caravan. Hear the stories and the songs from 100 different lands. We've got puppets, films and rhymes, tales from once upon a time. There's always a show, rain or shine. Just look for the smiling caravan sign. Come on along, join the caravan. Step right up, come right in. The show is about to begin.
One day, Danny went to the museum. He wanted to see what was inside. He saw Indians. He saw bears. He saw Eskimos. He saw guns. He saw swords. And he saw dinosaurs. Danny loved dinosaurs. He wished he had one.
I'm sorry they're not real. It would be nice to play with a dinosaur.
And I think it would be nice to play with you.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, good. What can we do?
I can take you for a ride.
Let's go.
Pardon me. A policeman stared at them. He had never seen a dinosaur stop for a red light. The dinosaur was so tall, Danny had to hold up the ropes for him.
Look out! You're a car. Go away, dog. We're not a car.
I can make a noise like a car. Honk, honk, honk. Honk, 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 honk. Honk, honk, honk. Honk. What big rocks!
They're not rocks. They're buildings.
I love to climb.
Watch out! Down, boy.
The dinosaur had to be very careful not to knock over houses or stores with his long tail.
Hop on!
Look!
All who want to cross the street may walk on my back.
It's very nice of you to help me with my bundles.
Danny and the dinosaur went all over town and had lots of fun. It's good to take an hour or two off after 100 million years. They even looked at the ball game.
Hit the ball!
Hit a home run!
I wish we had a boat.
Who needs a boat? I can swim.
Toot, toot.
Oh, what lovely green grass. I haven't eaten any of that for a very long time.
Wait, see what it says?
Please keep off. They both had ice cream instead.
Let's go to the zoo and see the animals.
Everybody came running to see the dinosaur. Nobody stayed to see the lions. Nobody stayed to see the elephants. Nobody stayed to see the monkeys. And nobody stayed to see the seals, giraffes, or hippos either. Please go away so the animals will get looked at.
Let's find my friends.
Okay.
There they are.
It's Danny riding on a dinosaur. Maybe he'll give us a ride. May we have a ride?
I'd be delighted.
Hold on tight. Let's go!
Around and around the block ran the dinosaur. Faster and faster and faster.
This is better than a merry-go-round.
Phew. I'm out of breath.
Teach him tricks.
Danny taught the dinosaur how to shake hands.
Can you roll over on your back?
That's easy.
He's smart.
Let's play hide and seek.
How do you play it?
We hide and you try to find us.
The dinosaur covered his eyes. All the children ran to hide. The dinosaur looked and looked, but he couldn't find the children. I give up.
Here we are! Now it's your turn to hide.
The children covered their eyes. The dinosaur hid behind a house. The children found him. He hid behind a sign. The children found him. He hid behind a big gas tank. The children found him. They found him again and again and again. I guess there's no place for me to hide.
Let's make believe we can't find him.
Where can he be? Where is that dinosaur?
Where did he go?
We give up.
Here I am.
The dinosaur wins.
We couldn't find him. He
fooled
us.
Hurrah for the dinosaur! Hooray!
Well, goodbye, Danny.
Can't you come and stay with me? We could have fun.
No, I've had a good time. The best I've had in 100 million years. But now I must get back to the museum. They need me there.
Oh, well, goodbye.
Danny watched until the long tail was out of sight. Then he went home, alone.
Oh, well, we don't have room for a pet that size anyway. But we did have a wonderful day.
The Camel Who Took a Walk by Jack Tworkov and Roger Duvoisin. The forest was dark and very quiet. Not a creature was stirring. Even the wind had stopped breathing. Not a leaf was falling. Not a blade of grass was moving. And do you know why this was so? Because it was just the time between night and day, when night was ending and day was about to begin. All the creatures in the forest were very quiet, but the quietest of all was the tiger. He was lying at the foot of a tree by the side of a road that divided the forest in half. The tiger was very hard to see because he was hidden by leaves and vines and grasses. He was hidden also by the darkness. Suddenly, the first glimmer of light trembled in the sky. The sky, the forest, and even the air began to turn blue. Just then, on the road that divided the forest in half, far, far up that road, something, yes, something was moving. The tiger's eyes were opened the tiniest crack. No, he was not sleeping, as he would have you believe. He was thinking and watching that thing draw nearer and nearer, and the sky was getting bluer and bluer, and the light on the road had turned pink, so you could see that the thing was a very beautiful camel. She was taking her morning walk with her head way up in the air. Her nose smelled the early morning sweetness, and her eyes took in all the colors of the sky. And the tiger was thinking, as soon as this beautiful camel comes to where the shadow of the tree falls across the road, I am going to pounce on her. But the tiger was not the only one who saw the camel walking down the road. Way up in the tree, on a branch directly over the tiger, sat a little monkey holding a coconut. He knew what the tiger was thinking about, so he said to himself, just as soon as the tiger is about to pounce on the camel, I will drop this coconut on his head. And all the while, the beautiful camel walked gracefully down the road, turning her pretty head this way and that, while the sky got brighter and brighter. But the tiger and the monkey were not the only ones who saw the beautiful camel. On the same tree, right behind the monkey's tail, a little squirrel with its bright little eyes had seen what was going on. And the little squirrel said to himself, as soon as the monkey is ready to drop the coconut on the tiger's head, I will bite his tail. All the while, the beautiful camel walked gracefully down the road, turning her pretty head this way and that, while the sky grew brighter and brighter. But the tiger, the monkey, and the squirrel were not the only ones who saw the beautiful camel. A little bird was watching what the tiger, the monkey, and the squirrel were up to. And the little bird said to himself, aha, I know what I shall do. As soon as the squirrel is ready to bite the monkey's tail, I shall pounce with my sharp claws upon his tiny head. Meanwhile, the camel was getting nearer and nearer, and the sun was getting hotter and hotter, and just as the camel had almost reached the shadow of the tree, and the tiger was getting ready, and the monkey was getting ready, and the others were all getting ready, the camel suddenly stopped and stretched her pretty neck way up in the sky. And she opened her mouth oh so wide, and she let out an awful yawn and said, I think I'll go back. The tiger was so surprised that he didn't pounce on the camel, and the monkey didn't drop his coconut, and the squirrel didn't bite the monkey's tail, and the bird didn't pounce on the squirrel's head. And they didn't do all of these things all in the same instant. For just a tiny second, not a sound was heard. Then the little bird burst into a peal of laughter that pierced the forest. The squirrel began to chatter, and the monkey began swinging back and forth with such glee that all the creatures in the forest woke up crying, "What happened? What happened?" But you know what happened. Nothing happened. The beautiful camel just turned around and walked back the same way she had come. The tiger slinked away into the deep, dark forest. And the sun shone like brass in the sky.
There was once a very happy lion. His home was not the hot and dangerous plains of Africa, where hunters lie in wait with their guns. It was a lovely French town with brown tile roofs and gray shutters. The happy lion had a house in the town zoo, all for himself, with a large rock garden surrounded by a moat. Early every morning, Francois, the zookeeper's son, stopped on his way to school to say, "Bonjour, happy lion." Everyone was his friend and came to say bonjour and offer meat and other tidbits. Monsieur Dupont, the schoolmaster, stopped on his way home to say, "Bonjour, happy lion." Madame Pinson, who knitted all day on the bench by the bandstand, never left without saying, "Au revoir, happy lion." On summer Sundays, the town band filed into the bandstand to play waltzes and polkas. And the happy lion closed his eyes to listen. One morning, the happy lion found that his keeper had forgotten to close the door of his house. He said, "I don't like that. Anyone may walk in. Oh, well, maybe I will walk out myself and see my friends in town." "Bonjour, my friends." "Bonjour, happy lion," answered the busy sparrows. "Bonjour." "Bonjour, happy lion." Then the happy lion went into the cobblestone street, where he met Monsieur Dupont just around the corner. "Bonjour," he said. "Huh?" "What a silly way to say bonjour," said the happy lion. "Bonjour, mesdames." "I can't think what makes them do that," said the happy lion. "Bonjour, madame." Now the lion began to hear the joyous sounds of a military march. He turned around the next corner, and there was the town band marching down the street between two lines of people. Bonjour, Happy Lion. Let's walk back to the park together. From then on, the Happy Lion got the best tidbits the town saved for him. He was happier to sit in his rock garden, while on the other side of the moat, Monsieur Dupont, Madame Pinson, and all his friends came again to say bonjour, Happy Lion. But he was happiest when he saw Francois walk through the park every afternoon, for Francois remained always his dearest friend.
The island of the Skog. It was National Rodent Day, a very important holiday for mice. Sort of like New Year's, Independence Day, Halloween, and your birthday all rolled into one. The neighborhood in which the mice lived was very dangerous because of mean animals like the butcher's cat, the German shepherd, and the members of the Riff Raff Rat Club. So these mice, Hannah, Wooster, Louise, Bouncer, and his buddies from the bowling alley rarely came out of their holes. But when National Rodent Day rolls around, the mice want to celebrate. They had all agreed to meet at their friend Jenny's place, the old clock in the antique shop.
I'm gonna print you a thing.
They all arrived shaking after a narrow escape from the butcher's cat. The mice were so badly frightened that Jenny decided to skip the main course and to wheel in the dessert right away. "Hot marshmallow cheesecake with raspberry fudge sauce," she announced. But the butcher's cat had slipped in with the delivery boy. Fortunately, the delivery boy heard the commotion and grabbed the cat just as the mice escaped to the basement. "Let's fight for freedom," cried Bouncer. "We'll be soldiers, rough-riding rowdies.
I'll be the general and commander-in-chief.
Wait, cried Jenny. I have a better idea. And she pointed up the basement stairs to the main part of the antique shop. High on the shelf was a model of a sailing ship. A ship much like the one Christopher Columbus sailed to America. But this was just the right size for a crew of mice. Let's sail away instead. We'll find a peaceful island.
I'll be the ship's captain, declared Bouncer. Rowdies, you're my crew. The rest of you, look alive and lend a helping hand.
It took the mice most of the night to load the ship and roll it to the harbor. Ignoring the crowd at the pier, they sailed bravely out to sea. During the first few days of the voyage, the mice feasted on chocolate waffles and coconut cherry cheese pie. Between meals, they dreamed of their island and tanned their pelts in the sun. As the days passed, it grew colder and colder. The mice were unprepared for winter weather, and they huddled close to the waffle iron. The mice were beginning to think that they would never find the island of their dreams. By the time they reached warmer seas, their food supplies were very low. The mice were seasick, homesick, and convinced they would soon be dead. Suddenly, Jenny cried, "Land ho!" Wooster, who was the scholar on board, looked in the geography book. He said, "The book calls it the island of the Skog. It says population 1 Skog, but it doesn't say what a Skog is." "If there's only one, then there's plenty of room for all of us," said Louise. "Why don't we bring it a gift so it will know we're friendly?"
Wait a minute, flubberhead, snapped Bouncer. Suppose this Skog is dangerous. Let's blaze our way to the island and show him we mean business.
The rowdies fired all 12 cannonballs. And then the mice waded cautiously ashore.
I claim this land, cried Bouncer, as a place where all mice can live without fear. We will build a great kingdom dedicated to the freedom of mice. And I will be the king.
Here, we can all feel like kings, said Jenny. And that is the most important part of being king, as everyone knows. After unloading the supplies, the mice climbed back aboard the ship to spend the night. They were anxious to go exploring in the morning and needed a good night's sleep. At dawn, they discovered an enormous footprint in the sand. It was bigger than any mouse could ever make.
It looks like a bear track,
said Hannah.
Stand aside, tenderfeet, ordered Bouncer. This is a job for me and my rough-riding rowdies. We'll use my grandpap's favorite trick. First, dig a deep hole. Then, cover it with straw and bait it with honey. Tonight, the beast will smell the bait, stumble into the trap, and the island will be ours.
By evening, the trap was completed. The mice spent a sleepless night in a nearby hole. The next morning, they discovered that the trap and the honey jar were empty.
Look! Shrieked Hannah. Someone cut the rope! The ship is gone! We're marooned! Our only chance now, said Bouncer, is to get rid of the Skog before he gets rid of us. Who will volunteer? It looks like a job for you and the Rough Riding Rowdies, said Jenny. Whose idea was it to come here anyway?
All eyes turned back to Jenny, who had been thinking of a plan.
We must build a giant kite, she said, and tie it to a very long rope. We'll circle our last honey jar with one end of the rope, and when the Skog steps into the circle, we will send the kite aloft. The Skog will be pulled into the air and towed out to sea.
That night, the mice hid behind a sand dune and kept watch over the honey jar. Just after dawn, a shadowy figure appeared on the beach. The monstrous creature lurched toward the honey jar. Trembling, the mice sent their kite high into the ocean wind. The plan had worked. But suddenly, the Skog came flapping apart, and half of him plunged back to the island.
Surrender, you pirate!
Suddenly, a little animal appeared.
Don't hurt me, he cried. We won't hurt you, said Wooster. We were afraid of you. Why did you wear this monster costume? Because I was afraid of you, cried the Skog. I was frightened by your cannons and your trap. So I wore this monster costume to scare you away. What happened to our ship? Demanded Bouncer. I cut the rope because I thought you were sleeping on board. I've been so lonely here, but I decided it was better to be alone than to be afraid.
Then the mice realized that they had done the same thing to the Skog that their enemies in the old country had done to them.
If only we'd talk to each other, said Jenny.
Bouncer stepped forward and helped the Skog to his feet. The mice and the Skog agreed to build a new island nation and live together.
Let's make plans right now, suggested Bouncer. The first thing we'll need is a national anthem. Rowdies, you're the orchestra. The rest of you will be the chorus, and I will lead the music. Line up, everybody.
Well, Bouncer was certainly up to his old tricks again. But everybody thought that a national anthem was a pretty good idea.
Heroes, let your voices ring. To our island home we sing. Shelter us from stormy seas. Keep our kitchen stuffed with cheese. Save our pelts from lice and fleas. Save our pelts from fleas and lice. Shout it once. Shout it twice. Friends forever. Skog and mice.
They sang chorus after chorus and soon went to work building their new island home. And they are probably still there.
Parents, the stories in the Children's Circle series are based on outstanding books for children, which you can get from your public library, bookstore, or from CC Studios, Weston, Connecticut, 06883. Please phone 1-800-KIDS-VID. In Connecticut, 1-222-0002.